Wow, Simone, thank you for being here today, you and your beautiful, magnificent body.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for being here and with people all around the world. Where are you? Where are you in your body today?
Oh, well, that's a very good question. And I am in Houston, Texas, but my body is on Australia time zone. So I went to sleep at 4 a.m. this morning in Houston, like going, come on, body, let's go to sleep. And then when my alarm went off this morning, I was like, oh. So it's 5 a.m. in Australia right now. So my body's on 5 a.m. time, but I'm on 1 p.m. time in Houston, Texas. So
But that's your wake up time for your body usually in Australia, isn't
it
it?
is. Yeah, yeah. And I've already been on something, so I'm good. But yeah, it's like David David Kubis is here at the moment. He was sharing an Airbnb. And last night he goes, "Oh, you'll probably be in bed." And I was like, "Oh no, 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 no. For me, it's like the middle of the day right now." So, but it's interesting, when you do travel and how you are with your body. And I generally try and give myself a couple of days or just a moment to relax into it rather than like have to force it or dictate what happens. I try and give it a couple of days just to go with whatever is showing up with different time zones. So yeah.
So thank you for allowing us to be here with you in this kickoff, this wonderful kickoff of these 10 calls. What does your body know? And what we want to talk to, what we wanted to talk and what you suggested this call be is new beginnings for your body. And as I see you're in Houston and you're in this new beginning, in this new choice you've made. So what can you tell us about new beginnings with your body throughout time and specifically right now?
Yeah, well, oof, there's a lot. And Eric, there's um there's a lot that I would say that I have gone through with my body. I'm 56 now, like in 56 years. And I know a lot of people have as well. And it's something that I see a lot of people don't actually choose to be in communion with their body and be like congruent with their body. A lot of times it's chosen from conflict. And I have chosen through conflict with my body a lot over the years. When you're like, I don't know, let's go to the gym, and your body's like, let's not. And you're like, no, we've got to go to the gym. Or, it could be like movement or working out, or it could be overriding your body, with food and or something like that, or just pushing it and forcing it. And I realized the other day, I just had it was just this massive download in one day of how much I've spent my entire life trying to be right with my body. And I've changed a lot with my body, like a lot, a lot, a lot. Over 25 years of using access consciousness tools, I've seen so much change and so much shift within my body. And my body has shown me different things that I've sort of gone, oh, hang on a second. Being in question and working with my body is going to create something so much greater than trying to force it or tell it, etc. And we do. So many of us treat it like this little naughty kid or something. It's like, you're doing this, and we don't be in question with it. And like I said the other day, I just got this download of how so many different areas to do with my body. It was like, am I, trying to get it right? And from even, saying like, I don't know, your hair, it's like, your skin, the size and shape of your body, the aging of your body, there's a plethora of different topics you could say with that. And the only thing that does is keep you in a constant state of judgment. So, because at one stage, Eri, I was judging the size and shape of my body really harshly, like literally waking up in the morning with this litany of judgment, which I know a lot of people have a litany of judgment. Here's what I'm going to say is, if you're listening to this, just be aware if you do, because if you do judge your body and yet you ignore the fact that you judge your body, you're never going to change it or stop it or create something different. It's not about judging your judgments. It's just about, that's a good thing I'm cute because I'm not very bright, and being aware of that. And the moment I started being really aware of how harshly I was judging my body, my body started when I went, I'm done. Like, I really worked hard at not judging it, and it started changing. Like the shape of my body started, shifting, etc. And then I noticed that I started judging aging, and I was like, God, you can't do that. Like, pass one baton for the other one, and I was like, okay, if I wasn't judging aging, then what would I choose? And it's like this constant state of judgment that not only myself, a lot of people, I think everyone in the world, it's like this thing that people choose is to go into judgment of their body.
Simone, there's something that pinged for me really, really nicely and smoothly when you're talking and you're talking about judgment. I go back to what you said at the beginning of the conversation of congruency. And I always say like congruency is like walking the talk and being the walk, you know? And so I've heard you say a lot of times that one of the only you're with your body from the beginning of your life to the end of your life. And that's you're going to be together 24/7, 365. And what is this congruency for you as you're saying you go through judgment to not non-judgment
Yeah.
to communion to this congruency of when you are in judgment, how you come out of it, this congruency of when you're not in judgment, enjoying it. Because we do go into judgment and we come out of it and we play around, but the underlining continuous thread of congruency.
Well, okay, so being congruent with your body is being in communion with it. That's the boom, that's the short thing. Okay. And so I know that we were talking, like you mentioned to begin with as well, it's like this new beginnings. So if you look at every single day, I'm asking for what else is possible. Like I'm not waking up going, hey, can I have the same day I had yesterday? Or can I have the same amount of money in my bank account or the same amount of, stuff with my business? Or no, I'm going, what else is possible? And I'm always exploring what else is possible, and not from what else is possible with money, what else is possible with business, what else is that, because that's more of a demand in those areas. It's literally like, what else is possible? D universe, show me. So if I'm waking up with this like new beginning every day, because so one of the things I do when I'm in bed, I wake up, I don't get up straight away. It could be like 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 3 minutes, but I just become really aware of my body and the earth, because one of the things I love doing is waking up with nature. And I'll just like put my hands on my body somewhere, or, it's like wiggle my toes or say hi to my organs or move my hips around or just have that stretch in bed sort of thing, when you're like, yeah, instead of getting up going, oh, I've got to look at my phone or I've got to do this. It's like, no, be with my body. And the second thing I do, or simultaneously, be with the earth and wherever I am in the world, because I do travel a lot. So for me, that new beginning each day is not what we did yesterday. It's what can we be today? And it really is from that what else is possible. So if I'm asking for this, then what are you going to choose with your body if you're being congruent? So if I'm asking for this, but then I have the point of view that my body can't do something or it should do something, then all I'm doing is being in judgment and demanding something of my body not being in question. So for me, it's like that congruency is the exploration of a different possibility and a greater possibility every single moment. So just because, like at the moment, I've got something up with my knee and my heel, my foot. And so I'm asking, okay, what would it take to generate, and putting my hand on my knee at night and on my foot, it's like, what would it take to generate something different here? What would it take to generate, a new knee, or, like my heel? It's like, and asking to be with it, not from judgment or frustration, but from being in question. Because your
And
body always,
relaxation, no? And
what's that?
relaxation. And also another question that when you were saying that I've heard you say a lot and that has been really useful for me, like going to your classes and your 3-day body classes and the ABCs, and just like also body, what are you telling me that I'm not receiving or I'm not willing to listen to. No, because sometimes the pains and aches is your voice starting to yell at you. And how could this be a new beginning for us to have a different type of conversation with
Yeah.
our body?
Well, I mean, for number one, it's called awareness. is that is you know those pains and aches so much of the time aren't yours. Like my mother is pretty, she's pretty old. She's in a severe dementia ward at the moment, etc. And I got off the plane in Houston, and it's quite a walk from Houston to the baggage claim. And as I was walking, my body, my knees were sore, my legs were sore, like I was just in pain. And I was like, what the hell? And then went, okay, what is this? And I was like, universe, show me, body, show me. And I just went, oh, it's my mother's. And I was like, okay. So we've done that conversation of like, why would I take on the pain from somebody else? You can play the why game, but it's called awareness. So I'm like, okay, I am aware of what is going on with her body. I am not going to contribute to her staying alive. There's no way in the world I'd want to be alive if I was in that state. It's like, so it's like the awareness of it, and then, return it to sender with consciousness attached, and ask to dissipate it into the earth. There's so many tools that you can use. And also, when you talk about pain, it's never one thing. It's like pain has so many different pieces of information. And so either you can be picking up on somebody else's body, like look at your body when you're out in nature and you're on your own, and then go to, I don't know, a big mall or something with lots of people around. You're like, people. And it's like, it starts to impact your body because you allow it to impact your body. It's awareness. It's called awareness. It's called awareness. Okay. So when that occurs, it's like, you can be like, okay, I'm aware of this. Because, it's not about dissipating your awareness. You want to increase your awareness. But as you increase your awareness, it doesn't need to impact your body. So ask, okay, what would it take for this not to impact my body? And as you perceive pain, and say, okay, body, what's going on here? What is it that I love this tool that Gary gave me once. He's like, being with your body and being like, I'm so sorry, body, I'm not as smart as you. What is it you're trying to tell me? Is there another way that you could show me this? Okay. And one of the things I did with, because my body, a lot of the times, I mean, I've ended up in hospital because I couldn't walk at one stage. And that's when I learned really about being congruent with your body, because I was in hospital, I couldn't walk, and I had bulging discs and everything. And I was meant to be traveling to Italy to go to Maestro's few years ago. And I couldn't get on a plane, and I wanted to go. And it was so interesting because I wanted to go. My body was like, are you kidding me?
We're not going.
Yeah. But then it was conflict. It was fight, right? Because I wasn't listening to my body going, we're not going. I was like, no, we'll be able to go tomorrow. And I kept my ticket open and all this sort of thing. And I kept talking to Gary, and I was like, what is it like to choose with your body? And it was 3 days it took in a row for me being in question and being pretty much bedridden. And I woke up one morning with that energy of like that new beginning energy of what else is possible. And I went, oh, I'm not flying to Italy. I'm not going live to Maestro. And it was this sense of peace and calm. And I think it was the first time ever, Ari, I went, wow, this is what it's like to be congruent with your body. And another example of that is, recently we've been in Costa Rica, and I was there for like 2 months on and off. We have horses there, and lots of people go horse riding, etc. And I love horse riding, like love it. I don't particularly always like riding with a lot of people for the same thing, like everyone's heads, right? And I do like riding out my own, but also I realized that every day I became more in question of if my body wanted to go riding, if I wanted to go riding, if the horse wanted to ride, like all of these, rather than going to the point of view of we are in Costa Rica, we are going riding. And so many people do that. Oh, I'm here, I have to go riding. No, you don't have to go riding. Can you please be in question? It's like, going to the gym, opening the door of the gym, and your body's going, oh my God, I don't want to be here. And you go, we're here, we're doing this. Like, how many times do you just not listen because you want to control the outcome rather than have something show up that is so much greater than you could ever imagine? So
Oh, I love that. Something so much greater than you could ever imagine. So if you what would you invite us to if this is a new beginning with your body today, right now, at the
Yeah.
hour and 15 minutes of wherever people are in the world? What question could you give us for this new beginning with your body of this greatness that we could just invite into our lives?
Yeah. Well, I would simply ask you too, are you enjoying your body? And if I ask you that question in a room full of people, what are you going to say? And if I ask you that question and you never have to give that answer to anyone, what would you come up with?
Not that much.
Yeah. And it's like, and so a couple of things is like, is that yours? Right. And what is it that you're not enjoying with your body that you're choosing that and it's a lie? Because the funny thing is, I really enjoy my body. And over 56 years, I have judged it so much. And it's like, if you explain that, like if you think of an alien coming down and you go, hey, as you said before, I live with this body 24/7, 365 days a year, and I really like it, and yet I judge the fuck out of it. They'd be like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So what if I ask you, are you enjoying your body? How many implanted points of view and programs have you bought into that you're not meant to be really enjoying your body unless something,
Wow.
so you're
This
always,
conditioning.
yeah, rather than, I mean, I do enjoy my body. And I've learned to enjoy my body a hell of a lot more than what I used to, because it was always about referencing or comparison or, any and all of that. And I'm definitely not 100% out of judgment of my body at all. Like I find it pretty interesting when I do have pain, which I do at the moment, to have the patience of like, what am I gaining from this? Because I haven't been able to go for a run since beginning of November, and I love going for a run or hiking or something like that. So I'm like, okay, what's right about this I'm not getting? What is my body showing me? What information, does it have, etc. Like all of these different questions that I would ask. But for me, the question I'm asking you guys is, are you enjoying your body? And if not, what could you choose that would allow you to enjoy your body? Because you chose this body.
We did.
You did. You chose this body. You chose your parents. You chose your parents. You chose this body. What did you choose it for?
Mhm. And what comes up, and maybe I'm picking up on the energy, is like to have fun, no? I think one of the most contributions you've made to me and my body is to have fun, to go get out faster of that judgment, of that,
Yeah.
that control, of that non-connection, and just have fun with it.
And can I expand on that a little bit? Because fun is an interesting word, because a lot of the times fun comes with some judgment or some definition. Whereas what if we had joy with our bodies? And I'll tell you why. Is, this great story. Quite a few years ago, I was doing Pilates and I was doing these like wall handstands, and I was loving it. I was loving it. Listen to the way you speak and you think, okay, I was loving it. And I did a few and it was great. And then my Pilates instructor said to me, hey, have you done enough today? And I said, no, I want to do one more. This is so much fun. And then I hurt my shoulder. And I had a hurt shoulder probably for 10 months, like after that. And I was talking to Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, and he said to me, don't tell me it was fun. And I went, but it was. And he said, the second you go to, this is so much fun, you need to stop. And I got so cranky. I was like, oh, great. So you never do anything that's fun, But his words went over in my head, and I went for a walk on the beach and I was looking at this and I went, oh, hang on a second. The moment I go to, this is so much fun, I have come out of question.
Okay.
So for me, I use that when I go, oh, this is so much fun. And it's like, okay, body, would you like to do this? Because you could be going, okay, I'm going to a party area. Do you want to come to this party? It's going to be lots of fun, right? And then you go, yeah, it's going to be fun. So you go and your body's like, can we just hang out on
No.
the couch and watch Netflix and have a glass of wine and some popcorn or something, or go to sleep or have a bath or anything, or just no people, or it could be anything. But so you're not listening. That's not being congruent with your body. So if you're truly being congruent, I would more leap into what's bringing you joy. Will this be joyful for me and my body? And guys, this takes a lot of courage, because you have been projected and taught to do certain things, and certain things are the correct, right things. I mean, I don't know, lying on a couch binge watching Netflix is not considered to be correct. You know, going for a hike is considered to be correct, right? All of these different points of view are exactly that. They are points of view. Sometimes, like, if you notice, sometimes you do just want to lie on the couch. And I used to judge myself for doing that. And I spoke to Gary one day and he said, yeah, he said, your body is more aware than you. Is your body aware of what you are about to do? And does it require some rest? And I was just about to go traveling, and I was just about to do all this stuff, because I was like, I've lost my mojo. It's like, he's like, no, does your body require rest? So when that occurs, it's like, ask, oh, body, do you require a little bit more rest right now? Because it's like, I know what we're about to do. Let's go. You know, it's if we truly, and that is my desire, Eri, that is my like demand of myself, is to like, what would it take to truly listen to my body and be congruent with it no matter what?
Wow, Simone, it's amazing because really this new beginning with your body, what you're inviting us to is constant be in the question.
Yeah.
Just be in the question. Don't conclude it's fun. Don't conclude it's this. Don't conclude it's that. It's just being in the question of that communion with you and your body.
Yep. What would it take to wake up every day with a new beginning, like instead of a reference point of what you've decided should be, like new beginning. Who am I today? Like, hands on your body somewhere. It's like, who am I today? And what grand and glorious adventures can we have? And, the mantra of access consciousness, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. I quite often run it as all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. But what I have in my reality when I'm running that is me and my body
And the earth.
and the earth.
You always include the earth.
I always include the earth. The earth is such a contribution. And the earth gives you information all the time too. So when you do get a pain, so last time I was in Costa Rica, I came back from horse riding. I can count on one hand the amount of times I've had a headache, right? I don't know, I've been lucky. I just don't get headaches. And the back of my head was just throbbing. And I spoke to Gary and he was like, what is it? And I was like, something to do with the earth. And then he was like, ask me more questions. And I was like, oh, earthquake. He's like, when, where? And I was like, here. He was like, okay, can you ask it to not be as intense? That afternoon, a few hours later, we had an earthquake. So how many times would you go to, oh, my head, I've got this splitting headache, I've got this sort of thing, and you start to lock that in rather than be in question with your body. Okay, so is this mine? It's like, body, what are you showing me? Because you are connected to the earth, right? I mean, the movie Avatar, we are more like that than we're willing to acknowledge. We are a part of the ecosystem. Our bodies are a part of the ecosystem. We're not just sitting here watching and observing it. One of the things I like to look at is we have lost touch with the entirety of the universe, in the sense of when we started, at nighttime, what do? You go inside and you lock the doors, and you're inside a building, right? Do me a favor, if you can, go outside at night and just look up. If you can, lie down somewhere and look up and ask, what contribution can the entirety of the universe be to me and my body? Because we've lost the connection with the entirety of the universe and the galaxy by shutting ourselves off and going inside and locking the doors, Like, that's not what we do.
Just when you made that question, my body just kind of went like, boom. It just
Yeah.
expanded, and it was like, wow.
Yeah. And it's not about making it significant, because if you make something significant, then it always creates significance, but it's the insignificant stuff. Like for me personally, I love getting up at, they say the crack of the dawn and waking up with nature. And, people would say like the circadian rhythms in your body, and because your body, when it sees sun, then it goes 14, 16 hours later, we need to create melatonin, right? Like that's naturally what your body will do, right? But I just love when you wake up in the morning, and I love seeing the sunrise, or putting my feet, on the ground, no shoes sort of thing, and just for a second. But it doesn't have, like, people take this stuff and make it really significant, and that they take it to the rightness and the wrongness rather than what works for your body. Like being out in my garden, I have a food forest in my backyard. When I'm out there in my garden, no shoes on, and feet in the grass, and the grass is getting a bit long, and it's awesome, and you can hear the sound of the ocean. Man, that's a great way to start the day, rather than just picking up your phone and looking at who's decided they need you.
Wow, Simone, thank you so much for this. It's incredible. It's really this is like continuing in my head. All of life comes to us with ease and
Yeah,
joy and glory. All of life comes to us, our bodies, the earth,
yeah,
with ease, joy, and glory.
yeah.
Wow. And this is a call that's a kickoff for 10 calls of incredible facilitators, 3-day body class facilitators around the world. What can you tell us about this incredible gift that the body classes are?
Oh gosh. I body work is so amazing. It's wild how amazing it is, because in truth, it's so simple. You're lying on a massage table, etc., and then you've got somebody else coming along and then putting their hands on you. Maybe it's, I mean, one of the original body processes that came out is MTVSS, molecular terminal valence slothing system. I know it's got a whole lot of stuff that goes with it, but if you go to one of the classes, you can receive that, and done on your immune system points, right? So done on your immune system points, and even MTVSS on your immune system is incredible to get done. And the person running it, it's like they're asking for that process to run. So literally everything we've been talking about is you are tapping into the energy around the entirety of the universe and saying, can we please have this energy run on this person? Because everything is energy. We know that, right? Science has proven everything is energy. We don't need science to prove anything. But putting your hands on another body and asking for this energy to run. And for anyone who has had body work, they're like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, I am here in Houston because I'm going to the advanced body class tomorrow with Grace Douglas and Gary Douglas. So I get to actually go to a class, which I'm very, very
Yummy!
excited about. I know. So, and so you have the 3-day body classes, which, as Eri, thank you so much too for your contribution to this. This was your idea to kick this off and do this, and it's a brilliant idea. So thank you for bringing it together. And we have the 10 days of different 3-day body class facilitators around the world. Like, there is phenomenal facilitators all around the world. So they do the 3-day body classes, and then to do an advanced body class, you have to have done like 2 3-day body classes and also foundation class. So there's those as well. But there's one of the things is, when these originated, we used to have all the body processes in what is now the Choice for Possibilities class at one of the advanced classes. And Gary noticed that nobody was doing them, like just flicking through the pages, and everyone was sort of more in class running bars, but listening to the processing, etc. So he said, oh, we need to take these out and give it its own class, so that you're giving it the space to just be with the bodies. So the idea too of the body classes is, we don't talk all day. There's something, and it's so beautiful when all the bodies are in the room running body processes, and there might be a question every now and then, and it's usually really such a contribution. But apart from that sense of peace, because we're not taught to give ourselves that space. So I'd say the body classes give you and your bodies a lot of space.
Wow. And be it like one process body class there's a bunch of facilitators
Mm.
around the world that give like one-off body class process classes. Then we have the 3-day body class, which is this incredible 3-day of receiving. My body's just going yummy, yummy, yummy. And then we have these incredible ABCs, which is the advanced body classes that you, Gary, Grace, and can
Dang.
offer. And you give them all around the world. And then there's So many 3-day body class facilitators around the world. We're going to see 14 of them during these 10 days. But for me, 3-day body classes are such a gift, not only for my body, but for the rest of my life,
Mhm.
for all the areas of my life.
It does. It contribute. Well, here's the thing. I mean, you literally just said it. Your body contributes to every area of your life. But how many of you try and control everything and think that your body isn't? Ask your body, will you please contribute to my financial reality? Body, will you contribute to, this business? Body, will you stop excluding your body and start including your body?
New beginning, including our body. Yes.
So to end this, let's do this, because whether you guys choose to come to a body class or not is up to you. Ask your body. And I want to give you one of my favorite body processes. And it's very easy. If you've never done any access, don't worry about it. You just follow what I'm about to say. Is you put your hands on the soles of someone's feet. So while they're lying in bed or a massage table or a couch, whatever, put it on the soles of their feet and ask for the restoration of communion with earth to run. So all you have to do, ask, okay? I'm a little bit OCD, so I'll do the ask for restoration of communion with earth and then use the access consciousness clearing statement.
Right
Right,
and wrong.
good, bad, POC and POD, all 100 shorts, boys, provids, creations, bases, and beyonds, which you can find out more about that on theclearingstatement.com if you choose. You can just say POC and POD. So it's just restoration of communion with earth, POC and POD. And you literally have to ask for it once and it can start running. I can even perceive an energy now, which is so interesting that I don't have my hands on the soles of anyone's feet, but maybe I had them on all the soles of your feet and asking for that to run and just let that run. And that's one of my favorite processes. And there's so many. Play with
Wow.
it. Hmm.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Simone. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And just thank you for being you and the gift you are with bodies.
Thank you.
And I'm really excited that you're going to be in Gary's and Grace's
Me too.
class, and you're going to be in Spain in
In Sitges, Spain. Yes,
Yeah,
in
in
February.
February with an ABC. And there's classes, body classes going around the world every month, every week, somewhere. So look in the Access Consciousness web and find that which your body requires, wants, and create with your body.
Mm. Yeah. Wake up and
Sensei,
enjoy your body. New beginnings.
thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Ari. And thank you, translators. You guys are amazing. Adore you.
See you
Thanks, Laura.
soon, Simone. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.